okay. Nah, shout out. Y'all know it's a little bit of a different setup right now, bro. Come on. I ain't gonna lie, I just popped in from work, bro.
You must come with heat.
Let me change up. I just popped in from work. Get off of me.
Every day. So you guys, that's why don't get happy. Being out so the heat, so the heat was drunk there, then you treat people like shit. We're humble, you become arrogant, you think you know the shit. Happiness,
Hey, yo, it's still AWAD shit. What's good? Let me get ready, y'all. I just popped in. Give me a second. There's some AWAD. This is flexing on the MIC. I ain't projecting. I ain't expecting any of you fuck boys to be fucking inspecting or expecting any change. I'm about to get the blessings from your ass that I fucking.
You niggas really hit rock bottom, you should be some archaeologists. Destined to be at the top, it's all divine providence. You pocket watching niggas know what time it is. Hate to be the one to kill your confidence, but all you niggas cowardice. Might have came to prominence in the game, but you can't even tour 9 provinces, what a shame. Guess it means I remain the best in the continent. I guess it means you remain slightly anonymous. It's really astonishing how you gassed off compliments that attempt to make a nigga look powerless. Coming from niggas who tried to leech us but ain't got nothing out of it. Ironically, I'm the one who got under your skin. You don't hate me now, nigga, you been. Wouldn't say my name now, not even on your first interview then. Imagine getting insulted because you question my pen. You should tell your homeboys but your friend, the one who put you on and said he got your back when you decided to quit school to be just like him too. The one you took to see your mom and told her that shit is cool and I'm down to look out for you. But now all of a sudden I coerce you, it isn't true. It's crazy, who would've knew? I hear that on YouTube from someone you wouldn't know if it wasn't because of me. The one who said fuck 1,000 degrees and called you niggas some thieves. Even said the crew just grew apart cause I planted the seed. I guess that makes me the person that you want me to be. Jealousy, envy, and greed is what you got. Don't try to project it on me. No, don't try to project it on me. When you look at your reflection, oh, what do you see? What? I've known you way before you thought about writing to beats. So how the fuck did you and I end up having it be? I can't believe it's how you actually want it to be. It's not how you making it seem, cause this shit is really that deep.
It is.
Right?
Go that way.
Yeah. This shit is really that deep.
Let me move that.
I know this shit is really that deep. Thought you would take the high road,
but it's really that steep.
You playing games,
so let them commence, go.
I know you desperately need to win. You call yourself the prince, I know you dying to be the king. So go ahead and kill him then. Yeah. I can go ahead and kill him then. Right.
Nah, this one was one of the hardest by this nigga. No cap. Facts. Go ahead and get him there.
I'm on a whole nother level, I'm geeky. You think you fucking with.
We heard that. Come on, we heard that. Come on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause. Oh shit. There's nobody in this beat but myself. Nah, but that was a good little session, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I know I don't usually start the shit off like this. I'm actually starting to question why the fuck you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I go on and latch on to like a fixed structure, bro, when I can literally do anything that I want? Right? Now, I was obviously, you know what I'm saying, on these YouTube street ass niggas that I am, you know what I'm saying? Doom scrolling. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I come across, I think it was an Omizi, no, it's not an Omizi, I'm fucking capping. Some niggas video, right? breaking down Ludwig's video. So there's a content creator, I think his name is Ludwig. If you know what I'm saying, I'm not getting it mistaken. Sorry if I'm getting it fucked up. But there's this content creator, bro. So guy, he's a known guy, Ludwig, bro. Like if you know him, you know him on Twitch and shit like that. So he was all about like doing this little social experiment, right? Where he literally from the ground up started the journey of just building again, right? So starting his Twitch journey from scratch. So created a new account, blah blah blah, new name, right? And shit like that. And then just like start from nothing, right? And so he documents that whole journey, dog. He goes through it, and then he reports back, right? And what stood out for me? Now, this is the part that I want to highlight. It's not the whole shit that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's some like 20 minutes, maybe 30-minute video type shit, but I'm not here to break down everything. But I will say this though. I was impressed by a segment, right? An aspect that he was highlighting that he went through, right? And that was in the beginning stage of his going through this journey of building again, right? The beginning stage, bro. He said, well, his expectation was, yeah, no, it's gonna be easy, blah, 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 yeah, let's go, let's get it. I'm saying it should be cool, should be a piece of cake, right? He jumped in there. He's like, yeah, I'm used to chat being there every day, but then now the thing is, there is no chat to start. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, that actually hit him. So I want to bring that before y'all. I mean, he shares a whole bunch of shit about like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, strategies on like how to grow that and blah. So basically the whole point of his video was to motivate small creators like myself, knowing that there ain't nobody in there, you know what I'm saying? But to still make it feel like, you know what I mean? Like you're engaging with something, someone, some energy. I don't know. You know what I mean? But then obviously it's not too weird because we live in the content space, so people don't have to be current right then, especially with the understanding that I've kind of received, right, gathered, is the fact that, yo, create community, right, from other platforms, and then, you know, so that you can have some people to direct to like the live platforms like Twitch and shit like that, because his whole point of the thing was to restart his journey on Twitch, right, a live platform. So that's the whole, I was like, yo, bro, that shit hit me, bro. I was like, god damn, like, because the thing is, he highlighted that shit, and it told me like that this moment is very significant. Actually, it's a powerful moment. You know what I'm saying? Me keeping this train going. You know what I mean? I mean, where, you know what I mean? The thing is, to me, it's about a different agenda than, you know, being number one or, you know, the numbers and blah blah blah. To a certain degree, it is, because I ain't got shit. I go, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel like I've overlayered that with a layer of passion for, bro, I ain't gonna lie, reacting to songs and music and things like I'm a music pro, like in terms of my interest, my top interest. So reacting to shit like that, like, that's what I fuck with. Like, even besides the camera, even beyond the camera, this is how crazy I go, just by myself. You know what I'm saying? In my room, in my space, whatever. You know what I mean? So I fuck with that shit. That shit just comes naturally. So, you know what I mean? The difference is just cut the camera on. You know what I'm saying? And then see like where that takes us. So I was like, yo, since it ain't nobody in this motherfucker too, right? That nigga feeling my pain. Look, I'm gonna play the video, right? I'm gonna play the video for y'all. Okay, it's not this though. I wanted to play this while I kind of upload, but I'm gonna play this video that I'm telling you about, the Ludwig video. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna, well, I'm gonna play the whole thing because I'm actually trying to eat my quota. You feel me? So you go ahead and like do that, bro. But I'm telling you, bro, like this did really speak volumes to me, bro. Let me show y'all this shit real quick. Ah, damn! I didn't capture the name of the video. I don't even know what to fucking type. Ludwig, starting from scratch. Yeah, right. Let's do that. Starting from How do you spell scratch? Scratch. Stop playing with me. Don't start streaming before watching this. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, I was watching a reaction. I made a YouTube channel. Oh yes, it was my boy Astro Dior, dog. It was my boy Astro Dior. It's this video. So let's do it, right? Let's do it, right? Hold on. I gotta connect shit, right? Let me see. I think my connections are a little janky right now. Oh fuck, let me just connect my speaker so I can hear the goddamn thing, bro. Just give me a second, y'all. Damn. I feel like an old ass nigga, like I ain't even got my shit right. I ain't even got my shit ready on some shit. I bet. Yes, so it was this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just play from the beginning.
Today, we're reacting to heat-proof streaming is impossible in 2025. Now, personally, I don't believe this from the jump.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not used to reacting to shit like this. Like as in I'm not used to reacting to shit this way. So I wanna go ahead and to prove my point again. The fact that it ain't nobody in this motherfucker to just like tell me about the sound. I just wanna test the sound right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I literally gotta go on Twitch. I know it's kinda weird. It's like I stream live from Twitch, but I don't usually go on my stream manager as a result of the fact that, you know what I'm saying? It's like 5 followers in this motherfucker, and by the time that I be streaming, they probably don't catch the notice. So turn on the bell, I guess. I don't know if they do that on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So, oh shit, yeah. Let me just test the sound right quick. Cause I want to hear how bad the echo is. If the echo ain't too bad, bro, we rocking. Not gonna lie, we rocking. Alright, let me hear this.
Today, we're reacting to heat-proof streaming is impossible in 2025. Now, personally, I don't believe this from the jump. I don't. But I do believe, like I've been saying, that the barrier to entry is just that much higher. And
so slow.
you know, we watched the Weezy video talking about how the streamer.
Hold on, let me just introduce it right quick so y'all see what the fuck we talking about. I know how we rocking. Ludwig proved streaming is impossible in 2025. So you know what I'm saying? He proved that it's impossible. So I think that's what touched my heart about this whole thing. Yo, bro, and you know what, bro? I'm going in head first, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's impossible, bro. That's another thing, right? There's some sort of like weird sort of kind of legacy package that I'm trying to build for myself with this shit, right? So I feel like that's another reason where it's like I don't give a fuck if it's like impossible, but you feel me? We diving in. You understand? Hold on. Let's do this. Wait, that's not world. That's not world. That's not world. I bet. So, alright, let's get it. My fault, y'all.
Bubble will pop soon, and I think that's kind of happening, right? Kai's getting a lot of flack on this Mafia-thon thing. I think it might be some changes coming. That being said, let's get to it. We'll stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. But not this Monday. I'll be tomorrow on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Because I gotta go back and start getting my tattoo now.
Oh shit! Alright, bet. Yeah, my boy.
Streamers are getting paid more than NBA players.
Who cares?
That is, if you're looking at superstars like iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, and Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
But many people don't want to accept the reality that becoming a successful streamer in 2025 may just be impossible. But somebody was hell-bent on proving that wrong. The former world record holder for most subscribers in the world tried starting a new secret channel.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Former world record? What? Hell no. I was like, man, alright. This must be something to listen to, bro. I'm literally at the level, you know what I'm saying, that he's gonna cover. Check it out.
And came across some shocking results.
Can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time? That's the question I wanted to find out.
The hugely successful streamer Lud.
I don't think this is fair. This is a very familiar face. I know and I know he's aware of this, but this is too much of a familiar face, a young person. You know, like this is just, you can't even do that. Honestly, this test doesn't even work. It doesn't prove anything.
We discovered just how painful it is to get your first viewer on Twitch, and even after you build an audience, there are multiple stumbling blocks. The streamer SSUBB-UPP has delivered some pretty harsh truths about the current state of streaming himself.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place.
The original beauty of streaming was that it was a level playing field. With just a computer or even a phone, you could become the next Aiden Ross. But once you really break down what's happening now, it's become incredibly clear that this ship has well and truly sailed.
You actually used to be able to play 2K, and you used to be able to be a 2K YouTuber and turn your life. Now, you can still do that with YouTube. You know, you just completely shift gears, but I don't see any 2K YouTubers changing for the better. Like, if they want to work, you feel me, man?
Mm-hmm.
The streamers we know and love today are all incredibly talented, and it would be foolish to assume that just anyone could maintain an audience's attention for hours upon hours on a daily basis. At the same time, they did gain a lot of momentum from the wave of popularity streaming has experienced in the past 5 years. And
Alright, my bad, y'all. I just gotta gobble this right quick. You know what I'm saying? Kota nights tonight. You feel me? Kota nights. No cooking. We ain't touching them, bro. Nah.
Quick is a perfect example.
So,
he's
don't mind me.
A funny guy, but he also started during the early years of streaming when it was really developing in 2018 and benefited from the intense popularity streaming received during the pandemic. But just how much luck and talent played into his success is something he often gets.
Alright, wait, y'all. Sound check. Damn. Sound check, come on.
During the pandemic, but just how much luck and talent played into his success is something he often gets.
Should I play on? Ah, fuck it, bro. Let me play it. Let's go.
Viewers to get popular, but you also need to be popular to get viewers. But Ludwig figured that it should make sense that if he generated millions of subs before, he should be able to do it all over again.
Now, not wanting to be the expert live streamer who doesn't know the answer to a question, I said, well, I would just talk as if there was a chat there. But can I actually do that? I can basically go live with any title at all, and a few thousand people are guaranteed to show up. So can I actually live stream with no chat? Or better yet, can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time?
Ludwig opened a new account called Retired Athlete 31 and started streaming in the Just Chatting category, which is the most popular section of Twitch. Only problem was, he was just chatting.
30, but still running sub 6 mile. It's impressive. That's a really good mile.
To himself.
This is my chat.
Come on,
now,
bro.
normally, on my actual Twitch chat, there are always people there, typing constantly throughout the day.
Oh.
This Twitch chat...
Typing throughout the day. Niggas get emotion, boy. You're not even streaming and they just talking in your chat. It's a different level.
Has no reason to have anybody in it, because 0 people follow this Twitch channel, 0 people know it even exists. So I'm hoping we can get some people in here. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if anyone will even come in the first place. But I'm hoping I can get somebody in here.
When Ludwig started streaming in 2018, Twitch had about 3.4 million unique broadcasters on average per month. By 2025, this figure was now 7.1 million. So he was now faced with double the competition.
Boom! What is up?
And wait, how long? They said 2012, 300K. Look how far. Wait, what happened in 2016? Look how low in 2012, bro. Where it was like, think about all the people that had been streaming on Twitch since 2012, and now they see like the difference. You think? I'd imagine. Probably not. Actually, I was gonna say a lot of these people are probably like, pretty well known, but definitely probably not. There's probably still really few of them. But The ones that stayed stuck through it all the way for this long, yeah, y'all got it. Like
so he was now faced with double the competition.
Boom! What is up? What is up, y'all? How we doing today, chat? Chat, what is up? Welcome back to the stream. What's my goal today? My goal is 1 follower. I like that. That's an achievable goal. All right, when that shit is complete, I'm a happy man. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep chat up on the side here, and I don't know. I guess let's just start doing some stuff today. So first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to bang through my daily games. All right. Peace.
After a few minutes, Ludwig got what he thought was his first follower.
Oh my god! I got my first follower! Okay, wait, are you a bot? Are you a real human? Newbie Twitch girly loves cosplays. Follow for...
Yep, there it is.
future streams, and you have an OnlyFans. Why do I get the feeling that you are botting to follow a bunch of new accounts so that pathetic streamers like me click to see who you are?
Twitch, like many other online platforms, has its issues with bots. The company recently cracked down on botting and noticed that on some accounts, 5 to 22% of the audience was completely fake. But while staring at a blank screen, Ludwig sympathized with the people who did this.
I get why people view bot. What the f*** are you supposed to do on Twitch if you don't view?
I don't know though. If you view, but like this thing, you view bot, but let's say you view bot at 0, and you have nobody in there. You still talking to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
It is facts, but it's like I feel like that's where I was coming from, even with just like, you know what? Let me just let him finish, bro.
Like, are there some type of auto-generated response they can hear? They're kind of generating your voice in the captions.
But this is the point that I was trying to make for like my shit and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Other than that, you still talking to nobody. Do you kind of just feel different?
You're still quiet, bro.
300, because if you're at 0 and you go for the big 5,000 people in your stream, you're out of there, brother. But 300 people, you still talking to nobody.
But you're just stuck in damn hell waiting for one person to drag you out of it. I get it though. I understand why someone would want to view bot. I'm not condoning it, but if you view bot, you'll have real people in there because you just appear higher in the category. The rich get richer.
Because of the way the algorithm works, streamers are almost incentivized to view bot. So new streamers might think that they have no option than to pay $20 to view bot 50 live stream viewers, and also run the risk of being banned because this is a...
Hey man, I just want to let y'all know though, right? At the same damn time, we all just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? We all just like having fun with it. Everybody got their own intentions with this content creation thing, right? And as a result, bro, I feel like, like, kick it however you trying to kick it. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to have a whole bunch of robots in your chat, dog, I feel like it just promotes productivity. You know what I'm saying? So, you putting your mind on something and achieving that is what we're talking about. Excuse me. Right? That's what the fuck we talking about. Go ahead and do your shit, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to go organic, well, there you go. Understand what I'm saying? I'm just looking for a backtrack, y'all. My bad. Yeah. So I guess like Ludwig just proved, like for me, he proved a lot. You know what I mean? And he allowed me to see where I kind of want to stand in this whole little thing. Right, so I'm gonna look. Here's what I'm gonna do right now. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest of that video while I upload some shit. Right, so the difference now is that Astro Dior's face is not what's gonna be on screen. It's just my shit. Right, quick. All right. This shit is so loud. I don't lie. Right? I hope y'all understand what I just told y'all. Alright, let me go ahead.
Against terms of service. RiceGum was famously banned for this nearly a decade ago. Ludwig soon realized that the just chatting was too broad of a category and he needed to go more niche. He also followed his stream.
I'm learning it right now because
Me too, bro.
I didn't. In my head, Twitch has no discoverability, but it doesn't make
What the
sense.
fuck?
If you have more people in your joint, you'll be higher in that category for the people that I guess are looking for. But that's the thing.
Damn,
How many people are going on
facts.
Twitch looking for new people? You know what I'm saying? Where they're looking for new, entertainment.
Hold on, let me see what I got.
Like, I feel like that's a rare thing.
On his other account to bump up the numbers.
Well, it's been a little under half an hour. We hit our follower goal, but nobody has chatted yet. I'm realizing, however, even though just chatting is the largest category, it is probably the hardest to grow in. So I think just chatting's too big of a category. So let me switch my approach. How about I play Peak?
This tactic of branching into games failed, so Ludwig was faced with a very common tactic people use to get attention on the internet. Right before the hour mark, he went for a thirst trap.
What brings viewers? Oh, what if I thirst trap some of the thumbnail?
Come on.
I'm going with a white tank top because people are going to see it in the thumbnail and they're going to go, damn, that dude does look like a retired athlete. He's definitely got the body of someone retired.
2.5 hours into the stream and without a single viewer, he decided to eat a hot dog as fast as he could.
The goal is to eat it as fast as possible. One man, one hot dog. All right, come on. Lock in.
I guess ultimately somebody do see this. This is crazy. Water though? That was impressive though. That was actual maximum speed. Never seen speed like that with a dog before. And after that Joey dude. That was fast for a regular individual.
Die! Oh my god! That was fast! I can do it!
This again didn't work, so he decided to move to an area of Twitch where one of his fans might recognize him.
So I'm going for a Hail Mary. I'm going to the game that I started with in my streaming career. I'm going to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. Honest to God, it's kind of like showing up to a GameStop. My chance of getting recognized at a GameStop in the mall is much higher than at a Macy's in the mall. If this doesn't work, we'll switch gears again.
The biggest takeaway from this is that streaming on its own is not a way to build an audience.
Right.
Twitch is notoriously bad for discoverability and is usually used as a base and not somewhere that you can grow.
For real?
So had Ludwig done this experiment on YouTube, he might have seen some different results. But for anyone starting streaming in 2025, this is where Ludwig actually gives some pretty sensible advice.
If I were to really do this, starting from scratch, my entire stream would have been the hot dog segment. It would have been maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes total, hour tops. And then I would have made a few shorts of me showing how you can learn to eat a hot dog in less than 15 seconds. Your first try. And
There you go. We all know what it is. There you go. It's like, because he's not trying to use that method, I get it. But there you go. The short form. Hey, this guy, oh my God, this guy's funny. Hey, I like this guy. Let me go see them. Let me go pull up on his Twitch and see what he got going on.
then post it on TikTok, IG, had something else ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, max an hour.
Eventually, Ludwig was forced to trick people into clicking on his stream.
I'll put exclamation point giveaway in the title. That way, somebody thinks there's a giveaway going on. There's no giveaway going on.
Ain't no
And
way
this
that
dirty
works.
trick actually paid off.
Wow.
Okay, who is this
Clickbait.
Oscar guy?
Okay.
How do you know what? Oscar, where did you
So
come
clickbait
from?
people.
Sorry, wait, don't apologize. How'd you find the stream? I'm just a fan. How'd you find this stream though? I thought you were AI. Oh, Bad Player HS told him. Wait, how did you find the stream, Bad Player HS? I saw giveaway the title, I was like, yo, a giveaway. It worked! Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been live for the past 5 hours. It turns out it is not easy at all. In fact, it is very difficult. And nobody clicks streams with 0 viewers or 1 viewer.
Hey, before we get back into the video, I got a way you can make some extra bread. I know you're bored at home right now, bro. And all you have to do is play games and get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you can sign up to freephreyz.com and start getting paid right now. And they make it extremely simple. First, just create an account like any other site and email.
To overcome this hurdle and build up an audience, there are a number of other obstacles in the way. And this is only the beginning of what streamers in 2025 are up against. Zach Bussey,
Oh shit, this is the wrong channel.
who is close to 10k subs on Twitch, pointed out that Twitch viewership has basically been on a downward spiral for the past 5 years.
Cancel that.
This one's overall viewership from Twitch Tracker. It shows the COVID boom in 2020, the 2021 peak.
That's the time I should have been doing stuff, bro.
For real?
I had just got into the internet stuff. It was in
No.
2020. But I just genuinely didn't want to do that. I was like,
okay.
I'm straight. And I was living with Don at the time.
Why?
I should have started my joint, started doing all this stuff, me and Don streaming.
Hell yeah.
And just kept cooking up from 2020.
You ain't thought about that, did
That's
you?
what I should have did. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
And the steady decline ever
Come on.
since. 2022.
Everybody
Nah.
in the house watching.
Now shout out my boy Astro,
I
man.
don't
This is
want
not a
no
live
other
reaction.
COVID to happen. That was horrible.
I'm not live with him.
If y'all had to stay in the house for a while and watch these videos, I'll be.
Y'all
Y'all gonna see a whole lot of Dior. Y'all know me.
2021, 2023 was basically flat, and 2024 trended slightly down. Now that we're in 2025, viewership is at its lowest that it's been in years. That's brutal.
And it was not just the pandemic that generated this downfall. Nightinator, who has over 60,000 subs on Twitch, pointed out that after the pandemic, we experienced the cost of living crisis, which also destroyed many people's dreams of becoming a full-time streamer.
A lot of streaming is crowdfunded, meaning that we get our income from people subscribing and tipping. But in this economic climate, unfortunately, people just don't have that money. And whilst there are other ways to diversify it, such as getting sponsorships and brand deals, those are normally few and far between. And they're normally reserved.
This is why I don't understand anybody that has a Twitch that's popping and their YouTube's not doing good. Even if they're just reacting, doing just clipping their segments on stream, I just don't understand because it's like
fake views.
Twitch,
right?
It feels like you kind of, since you got to perform live.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it can feel like you begging, depending on what type of stream.
Pick me shit.
You know what I'm saying? If you solely depending on that stream income, you kind of feel like you're begging at times. But with YouTube, you just show up, you do your job, you have fun.
Simple.
You build your community here, and then you also have your Twitch and all that. That's a much better life for me. Even though streaming looks fun and dope,
right?
Which, you know, I be on there. I pull up and I do my thing. Y'all show out for me too. We have good times. But it's like, like there's ways to go about it and build it. When you're ready to do that, you're ready to do that. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think anybody should be putting their all and everything into streaming if they don't have nothing going on. You feel what I'm saying? If you got something going on and you want to pop, and you want to diversify and step into a new lane, yeah, do that once you got some money behind you.
For people who have quite a big audience.
If your cost of living suddenly went up, one of the first things that you would do is cut off non-essential spending. And supporting your favorite streamer sadly fits neatly into this category. You also need to keep in mind that anything a streamer earns from Twitch is revenue and not profit. Streamers starting off on average will spend about 400.
You might mess around and run up your subs. You might get, for me, I think the max I've gotten like 400 subs on my jump. Again,
for real?
I'm not the most consistent person. But 400 subs, we cutting that in half. We need our money too, yo.
$100 on equipment, not considering the PC. And small streamers earn anywhere from $50 to $1,500 a month. So it might be a couple of months before people even break even on the cost. And that's assuming they grow. The popular streamer Snowcone also broke down how, despite receiving quite a lot of money from Twitch, she was actually losing money.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the is a 10K check? Spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup, $2,000 on your rent.
Damn.
$200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay the YouTube.
So this clip went viral because she's obviously poor with managing her money and is an extreme example of some of the costs that comes with streaming. But even getting into the Twitch Partner Program by itself was a huge obstacle, and the percentage of users that get into the program is shockingly low.
Looking at Twitch tracker data, there are 6.4 million channels streaming on Twitch every single month.
Wow.
And only 45,000 of those channels are partnered.
Wow.
That puts the percentage
That is crazy.
Wait, say that again. Say that
And to be
again,
partnered,
bro.
you need
Wait.
and only 45,000 of the
6.4 million channels.
Looking at Twitch tracker data,
Okay.
there are 6.4 million channels streaming on Twitch every single month.
Wow.
And only 45,000 of those channels are partnered.
Wow.
That puts the percentage
That
of
is crazy.
It puts the perspective into place. That's what it does, buddy. Damn.
See? And to be partnered, you need 75. The big thing is as averaging 75 people.
Yeah.
And I remember before I got my YouTube, right? It was very difficult for me. Like I think I was able to get partnered because I was bringing people from TikTok to Twitch. But even then, I was still like, I would average probably 70 to 60. But once I got my YouTube, right, that doubled. You know what I'm saying?
with partnered folks making a pretty decent income at only 0.7% of live streamers on the entirety of Twitch. And I would imagine YouTube might be in a similar ballpark.
YouTube is difficult to make a like-for-like comparison because it's not exclusively streamers. And there are users that are simultaneously YouTubers and streamers. But there's still only a small percentage making real money. Less than 6% of channels are in their partner program. And 90% of channels are under 10,000 subs. A YouTuber pointed out that streaming in 2025 is having a, quote, after the gold rush moment.
And this happens in all industries. It's happening in crypto, cars, Airbnb, etc., where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst.
In November of 2024, Twitch Experience was known as the Twitch Apocalypse, where multiple advertisers realized just how fruitless it was to advertise on Twitch. According to a marketing expert and someone that's worked in esports and streaming for many years, Devin Nash, Twitch is considered a niche product or experimental budget. Most agencies don't know if Twitch ads work or not, so they assign a small percentage of their budget to see. The rest of
I'd imagine the ads that work the most on Twitch are like fast food and restaurant ads. If you do that, if like a McDonald's or something puts a bunch of money into advertising on Twitch, I bet they get a lot of ROI on that. Because think about the amount of people that's sitting there on Twitch watching. You feel me? And they start advertising like that, which I know they do, but I would imagine they're the ones that get the most money.
their budget goes to tried and true market leaders like AdSense and Meta. So the first thing to understand is when a niche ad product underperforms and or has controversy, it's the easiest and fastest to cut. So streaming seems to be a more and more difficult place to build a career. But we are increasingly exposed to viral stories like Streamer University and Streamer Prom. And while these events might have inspired people to start streaming, they are actually a part of the problem. Streaming used to be synonymous with gaming. And a matter of fact, you used to get banned if you weren't gaming on Twitch.
Whoa.
But
Really?
it's now categorized into IRL streaming, where someone is out in real life and desktop.
With women dressed up in some type of costumes, niggas streaming on the water. Bro, that backpack does a lot, bro. That nigga streaming on the water, bro.
Still life, and desktop streaming, where someone is in front of a computer. IRL streaming has been around since the early days of the internet, but has only really become mainstream in the 2020s with people like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, and iShowSpeed popularizing this type of content, with Kai Cenat doing less of in-public things as compared to an iShowSpeed. All of these pioneers have changed streaming forever, but not necessarily for the better. In 2024, you had Kai Cenat streaming with Kevin Hart, Aiden Ross meeting Trump, and iShowSpeed continuing to travel the world. The type of content became more aspirational and more entertaining, but became much more difficult for new streamers to replicate. And this is something that veteran streamer Soul Illuminati decided to speak about in August of this year.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place. I was one of the ones telling everybody they should start streaming, not necessarily doing IRLs, but just streaming, speaking your voice, just doing what you need to do, you know? I feel like streamers is taking over the world and it's happening. But one of the things I do see, Twitch is starting to become so overstimulating. These new kids that's coming on there starting to look at a normal streamer in a different point of view that's botted. It's
What you mean, so?
It's trash.
New streamers in 2025 have a much higher weight of expectations than new streamers in even 2020. IRL streaming is much more expensive than desktop streaming, but IRL streamers are getting the most views.
Twitch, it's becoming harder and harder to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these at the top. You got talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even impossible? It's not even possible. It's just that you watching. And remember, this ain't separated. This ain't got nothing to do with the groups or none of that. You should already know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to say no names. And to be honest with you,
who, nigga?
FaZe and AMP and all them, they chilling. They good. They got all the resources, bro. These elites.
They get the
y'all know the elites. I'm talking about y'all new. Y'all are getting caught in a wave. Y'all gonna die in.
Damn.
This shit that y'all seeing is not sustainable.
And these heightened expectations are even a problem for SSUBB-UPP. Having taken a break from streaming, he discovered that Blackboy Max had rented an entire mansion to do a love show full of other streamers, which placed an overwhelming weight of expectations on him.
Bro, shout out to Blackboy Max. Bro, this returned and did a whole show. How the f*** am I supposed to compete with these?
And Blackboy Max's decision to rent a mansion was actually much less extravagant than what some of his peers got up to in 2025. Tyson took over an entire university, and DDG built his own set from scratch for his show, Are You My Ball? The simple fact is that streaming is...
You know, I think I realized that who this affects a lot, that I really wasn't thinking about, is the bigger people, like the Souls and the other people that's like, they so lit, but not really so though, like so.
Yeah, you don't need
and I know he knows, he ain't gotta worry about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't gotta worry about these, because he's so, like, that's the blessing of just being so authentic and you as a person and not kind of spinning or folding into certain constructs. Like, you know, taking some things and saying, hey, that's dope, but personally, I just don't want to do that. I'm going to just stick to what I'm doing because I like that. That is, if you got a community behind you that will support you through everything, that's a good thing. He doesn't have to do too much adapting. He can just be him because of how OG is. A lot of people don't have that though. You know what I'm saying? Like other people that are also big in this area, like let's say the midstream people averaging 2 to 5K, 1,000 to 5K. Those people have to like, they got these people over their heads kind of like, okay, what else are you going to be doing? Unless you stay down and say, I'm going to weather the storm, whether my viewership drops, whatever, XYZ. I know my community is strong, I know they rock with me, I'm just going to do what I do. You know? And that's what you do.
It's becoming more and more like TV, and as a result is more and more out of reach of the everyday person. And this video from So motivated the streamer and YouTuber Lord Heck to give his thoughts as well.
My life, first of all, in order to do IRL streaming, the bar is set so high, you damn near gotta be doing an iCarly.
I was going to try to get away with this, with like just move past this, but I have never seen a dental structure like
yo, overbite alert.
I haven't seen somebody like this in before.
You serious? If you guys know what iCarly is, it's basically like a TV web series but recorded as a show. So all the activities and things that you see that that be happening on stream, they're not just happening randomly. They're set up, they're orchestrated, they're scripted. It's like acting. It's like low budgeting acting. It's like acting at home. Like if you were to watch F1, the movie, instead of going to the movie theater, Twitch is the new...
Yeah, man, so my whole thing, well, was what we just saw. You know what I'm saying? The whole restarting, well, Ludwig, whole restarting thing, you know what I'm saying? It really got me, like, reflecting on my own self and some shit. New Kelly. Right? Let's get into to these other posts that I didn't put up. I think I put up 2 more, right? What's this? Social media. Alright, let's get into it. Let's see what's up with it.
Hello, you wonderful people.
Why you gotta be so loud? I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, you know we gotta introduce it first though. High Season Co. Right, boosted post versus ads manager. Which one is better for Instagram ads? What? Bro, I'm not doing this for Instagram, bro. Let me see how to run meta ads for beginners. Oh my god, so long, dog. Let's go.
So a founder recently told me that her e-commerce business wasn't doing so well.
So
and
what?
then she told me that she's not running Facebook ads because they don't work.
No.
And I was like, girl, that is your first problem right there. To this day, meta ads are still one of the most effective ways of promoting an e-commerce business. But if you are a complete beginner and you don't really know what you're doing, and
bro, show your ass out. Yeah, I'm trying to get like. Let's do this, bro. Thought I was gonna get something of substance. Not gonna lie. I don't think I'm rocking with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and boost and post. Let's go. Facts. What you got going on? Oh, man, fuck Instagram, dog. Stop with the Instagram, nigga. I don't care about Instagram. YouTube. Oh, it's because it fucking auto type that shit for me. YouTube, bitch. Let's go. The new way to get views as a small channel. Give me that shit, nigga. Let me eat that. Pause.
The small channels, heck, brand new channels are taking advantage of to get views.
Yeah, let me rock that. Let me rock that on this channel right quick. Wait. Let me rock that on this side right quick. Alright, let's do this. Right?
There is a new strategy emerging on YouTube that small channels, heck, brand new channels are taking advantage of to get views like this. So in this video, we're going to show you what it is and how to apply it to your own channel. If you need more proof, here's a channel with less than 2,000 subscribers and a video with 120,000 views. Or this channel with under 800 subscribers and a video with over 15,000 views. And the best part is, you've already seen this strategy in action in the first 30 seconds of this video.
How do you know that?
Literally slapping you in the face. You don't know what it is, do you? When you start a new channel, you're immediately faced with the challenge that the YouTube algorithm doesn't know you and, to be quite honest, doesn't really care about you. Yet, anyway. This is because YouTube is an open platform with no barriers to entry. So you're immediately competing with millions of channels.
Damn.
Some of which have millions of views and millions of subscribers. So the majority of the time, the algorithm is going to favour their videos over your videos. Because those channels have data YouTube can use. And more importantly, history with viewers. All of this makes it extremely competitive and difficult for you to stand out. So how are you supposed to compete with these colossal channels operating in your niche? Well, a lot of creators will attempt to do stuff like editing their videos at a faster pace, making outrageous titles and thumbnails that turn into clickbait, or trying to upload more videos more frequently. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these strategies are branches to channel growth, but they don't really get to the root of great content.
Why not?
And that's the video idea. If your idea does click with your audience, provides value they want, and satisfies their needs, nothing else really matters. And it is the #1 reason why these aforementioned channels grew so fast.
Yeah.
And to find these winning ideas, they used that strategy. They're still here, pointing and laughing at you. Because you don't know what it is. Alright, enough with the suspense.
Allow me to know, bro.
This number.
Educate me.
It's what's known as a video outlay. Now maybe you've heard this term being thrown around recently, especially if you're a regular here. If not, welcome to vidIQ, your go-to resource for YouTube tools and education. I'm Rob. You'll get used to these glasses. And if you're not familiar with the term outlay video, Why is it so important?
Outlier
So we'll go
video.
back to that analogy of the YouTube algorithm not knowing or caring about you, meaning your videos get a couple of hundred views before fizzling out. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, you drop a video that explodes like a supernova, racking up views and engagement like never before. That, my friend, is an outlier video. For example, let's say I started a brand new channel and my first 4 videos averaged 100 views each. But then my 5th video gets 10,000 views. This is what we would call an outlier. It's performed 100 times better, you see that number, than your previous videos, and is, certainly for your brand new channel, a viral moment. Now, it's highly likely that some version of this has already happened to you, albeit on a much smaller scale. You've had a video that's performed 2x, 5x, or 10x better than normal, but you don't know why it happened or how to replicate it. So once you do know how to find these outlier videos and recreate them for yourself, it's going to be like strapping a rocket booster to your channel. Let me give you a real world example. This channel made a video about transitioning from using a controller to using a keyboard and mouse in Fortnite. The video, almost a year later, has almost 1 million views. And this is for a channel with less than 15,000 subscribers, which is awesome. But what we also know is that this video performed 29 times better than the channel's average views. So a small channel had a viral hit with an outlier video.
There's another question I have. Okay, maybe I should just drop it in the comment section. Alright, nah, but hopefully he sees this. Yo, hopefully he sees this before I get my shit figured out. Because by the time I get my shit figured out, I don't even need it, right? Anyway, if a video catches one of these viral waves, right, does it now affect the momentum of the other channels?
That has to be worth investigating, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. This channel, using the same video idea, got 130,000 views with a near 6x outlier. And this channel, with less than 2,000 subscribers, followed the same idea and got 120,000 views. Another big outlier video. This video idea has now spawned an entire sub-niche in the Fortnite gaming community, and channels are enjoying tremendous outlier success. And brand new channels are using this same powerful strategy. Chris Takes Off hit 400,000 views on his first travel video. And if we do a quick search for the title, it is likely that he modelled these 2 videos to make sure it was a hit. Now, obviously, the packaging of this video is of a very high standard, and the video itself is a stellar piece of work. But without that original viral video idea first, it wouldn't have performed anywhere near as well. All of which leaves a big question. How can you find those outlier videos yourself to boost the growth of your own channel? Up until now, you would have had to spend hours manually scrolling YouTube, clicking into channels and trying to figure out which videos might be an outlier or not. So we decided to automate all of this grunt work into one incredibly simple and one incredibly powerful way. First, the simple way. Install the vidIQ browser extension. It's free, and to be honest, in 2024, it's pretty much a creator crime not to have it. This will enhance your YouTube creator experience in many glorious ways, including this simple multiplier number. This is the outlier score for any video. Obviously, the higher the number, the better. And it's an instant indicator to you that this video, that this channel, crushed it on YouTube. But what if you want to invest some dedicated time into discovering outliers for your niche and your channel size?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked. Now you have the vidIQ browser extension and created an account with us, head on over to app.vidIQ.com and then go down to the outliers section. And without doing anything else, because you've already authenticated your channel with us, this tool will show you outlier videos based on your channel niche. In this example, we're seeing outliers all about YouTube growth and education, which is linked to the vidIQ YouTube channel. And this top result is certainly worthy of more research. 20,000 views on a video from a channel with 4,000 subscribers with quite a controversial title. So I can click into the outlier to find out more information and maybe watch the video itself on YouTube. But the research doesn't have to end there, because with this tool, you can search for anything you want. We'll start with a keyword, but also add a filter to really refine the search. Outlier videos based on online business published in the last month on YouTube. As you can see, the tool finds plenty of results instantly, and this video looks like a pretty decent outlier that might be of interest to someone researching the topic of online business. The videos performed 21 times better than the channel's average, making this format worth testing if you had a side hustle or make money YouTube channel. But given that you might be a small channel, what if these 29,000 subscribers put you off? we can fix that too. The filters allow you to set a ceiling on subscriber size, so you can find channels producing outlier videos who are the same size as you, if not smaller. And so if channels like this are cranking out content that gets tens of thousands of views, it proves that small channels can and do get discovered on YouTube.
Hey, I've seen that face before. That lady? That light-skinned lady?
And you may have just found a video idea that will produce a viral moment for your channel. You know what this tool is? It's a shortcut solution to finding out what your audience really cares about. It pushes you towards the topics your viewers are interested in that haven't been covered enough yet on the platform. It's like a viral video detective scanning tens of millions of videos and saving you hours and hours of research time. And it can be yours for just $1.
Let's
if
go.
you use a link in the description. And with that $1, not only will you get the outlier tool, but everything else vidIQ has to offer, from the keyword research tool to a thumbnail generator. And now that you know what video outliers are, you're ultimately left with two choices. You can either continue to try and come up with your own video ideas and risk spending hours on a video that never had a chance of performing in the first place. Or you can see what already clicks with your audience and is proven to work from videos already on the platform. And all it takes is a number like this. Which, to be honest, is a bit blurred. I'll fix that.
Fix it.
Love.
Let's go. Nice. Okay. So we just learned about outliers. That's interesting.
If you've clicked on this video,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's 1,000.
It's interesting. Right. So enough about outliers. Let us go ahead and let's go ahead and move on to the next post. I think it's Dark Asia, right? Dark Asia. Little disclaimer. He killed in type on GTA. Oh my god. Bro, get that word off my screen. Oh my, yo, I read it out loud. Why? He did that, bro, y'all can see it. Goddamn title, bro. I'm not even. It's always so disappointing, bro. I'm trying to clean up my, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to clean up, like, my language on these content pieces of mine. You feel me? On these stream windows, bro. Come on, bro. I gotta lock in, bro. God damn, I gotta lock in for real. Alright, cool. Dark Asia, let's do it.
The quiet suburb of North Epping, Sydney, Australia was known for its peaceful streets and tight-knit community. But on a cold July morning in 2009, that peace was shattered. The local news shop run by the Lin family stayed closed. A simple handwritten sign reading, "Closed due to family circumstances."
Closed on Sundays.
What seemed like a small disruption was only the beginning. Behind closed doors, a nightmare had unfolded. 5 members of the Lin family, Min Lin, his wife Yoon, their sons Henry and Terry, and Yoon's sister Irene were brutally murdered.
Sounds like Asian.
In their own home. It was a crime so shocking, it shook the entire community and captured national attention. This is the Lin family murder.
Alright, let's do it.
July 18th, 2009, a cold, quiet dawn settled over North Epping, a leafy Sydney suburb known for its safe streets where neighbors left doors unlocked and kids rode bikes freely. But that morning, the peaceful bubble was about to burst. Min Lin, a proud 45-year-old father and hardworking owner of the local news agency, had built a stable life alongside his wife Yoon, 43. Yoon balanced long hours in the shop with caring for their 2 sons, Henry, just 12, and Terry, who was only 9. Sharing their home too was Yoon's younger sister, 39-year-old Irene Lin, who helped raise the boys like they were her own. 5 lives bound by family and love, all under one roof.
Nice. Okay,
but by mid-morning, that roof would become a scene of horror.
What?
When the Lin family's news agency didn't open as usual that Saturday, it raised alarm bells. People started asking, where was the morning paper? Min was always punctual. Concerned, Min's sister Kathy and her husband Robert Xie, who lived just minutes away, decided to check in. Around 9 a.m., they walked to the Lin house. The front door was unlocked. Inside, everything seemed still, oddly normal. But that calm quickly turned dark as Kathy climbed the stairs to the bedrooms. She opened the door and froze. Blood was everywhere, like it spilled and splattered all over the walls, soaked right into the bedding, turning that quiet family home into something unrecognizable.
Damn.
The first to be found were Yoon, Harry, Terry, and Irene, Yoon's sister. Each one of them had been bludgeoned while they slept, hit over and over with something brutal, leaving almost nothing left that you couldn't even identify. And then finally Kathy found Min. His body was tucked away beneath a blanket beside his wife's. The emergency call was made, and just like that, the peaceful North Epping Street had turned into the site of a nightmare. 5 members of one family wiped out overnight.
That's crazy.
Forensic experts later described the scene as an absolute nightmare. This wasn't a quick, careless attack. It was calculated and incredibly violent. All 5 victims showed wounds from a relentless, blunt weapon, something like a hammer. It showed that 4 of them had signs of asphyxia.
What is
so
that?
They may have been restrained or smothered before the fatal blows landed. Now, the children's rooms were absolutely heartbreaking. The evidence suggested Henry and little Terry actually woke up during the attack. They confronted their attacker and fought back, desperately trying to survive. But of course, against that kind of assault, there was no escaping. Their blood was scattered everywhere.
They're gonna delete you guys. What are you doing, bro?
On the walls,
no way.
Ceilings, blankets, carpets, and what used to be a home filled with laughter had turned into a slaughterhouse. To the investigators, it was clear this was no random burglary that went sideways. Whoever came into that house had one thing in mind, to destroy the Lins. But in the middle of that horrific carnage, inside the Lin house, only one family member was missing. 15-year-old Brenda Lin, the only daughter of Min and Yoon,
Damn, I thought she said 50-year-old. That does not look like no 50-year-old. Okay, 15, yeah, let's go.
Was away on a school exchange trip in New Caledonia. She was thousands of kilometers from Sydney, focused on learning French, completely unaware of the nightmare playing out just back home.
So she was not even home.
And she found out about her family being murdered, not from a phone call from a family member or the police. Instead, it was a simple Facebook notification
on Facebook,
delivering the most devastating news possible.
Yo, bro, imagine finding out that your whole family wiped out just by like a headline that you see on social. That's what?
Her parents, her brothers, her aunt were all gone. In a single instant, Brenda became the sole survivor of the Lin family. From the very start, the investigation left detectives scratching their heads. The Lin family home showed no signs of forced entry, no smashed windows, no broken locks, and nothing stolen.
Came in through the door.
Whoever came that night wasn't there to rob them. They came to kill. And things got even darker. The house had been plunged into total darkness before the attack.
So they had access prior. So it was somebody that had access to the family home.
Switched off the circuit breaker,
Seems like
turning a family sanctuary into a terrifying hunting ground. This wasn't a random act of violence. It was planned, calculated, and deeply personal. Blood told much of the story next. Investigators found dozens of bloody shoe prints all over the bedrooms and hallway. The prints matched a man's sneaker around US size 8.5 to 10.5. Even though 5 people were murdered, it looked like just one attacker had moved through the house, taking each life one by one. Who would hate a whole family so much they wanted
that nigga was moving like the Reaper, wasn't they? They just going from room to room, probably. Yo. And that time, the people that are in a specific woman is just like terrified, waiting on their DEATH. Wow.
Then completely wiped out.
You know, it reminds me of that story in the Bible, where apparently, you know what I'm saying, well, according to the story, in the story in Egypt, you know what I mean, when, I don't know if you know the story, but like the time when apparently, you know, the Great Spirit sent some sort of spirit to come and off people, delete like people, you know what I'm saying, like a shadow that moves through a certain city or town area, just like offing people, bro. KLLING. people.
Police soon turned their suspicion.
Like as in house by house, bro. That was crazy.
Very close to
when I
home.
saw that, I was like,
On
what?
to Robert Shea. He was Minlin's brother-in-law, married to completely wiped out. Police soon turned their suspicion very close to home. On to Robert Shea. He was Minlin's brother-in-law, married to Kathy, the sister who had found the bodies that fateful morning. On the surface, Robert seemed like a supportive family member, but behind the scenes, investigators...
I ain't gonna lie, them shades, dog. Shades kind of, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of hard, like, them shades kind of hard, bro.
Kathy, the sister...
Nah, but shame on this guy, bro. God damn.
Found the bodies that fateful morning. On the surface, Robert seemed like a supportive family member, but
I would go like black. If I'm the designer of the shades, I'd go black on the frames, like the entire frame. I'd go black and then thick on the sides, a little bit thick on the sides. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Behind the scenes, investigators started to uncover cracks beneath that calm exterior. Robert had once been an ENT doctor back in China, but when he moved to Australia, his ambitions began to crumble. A restaurant he tried to open in Melbourne failed. Job opportunities slipped away. Meanwhile, Minlin's family business thrived, and people started talking about Robert's growing bitterness.
Is that why?
The financial stakes were significant. The Lin family's assets included their $1.2 million North Epping home, a $300,000 unit in Maryland, and the news agency valued at $500,000.
What?
After the murders, Robert Shea attempted to gain control of the family business, asking to take over the news agency operations, which further raised suspicions about his motives. There were suspicions, but the lack of evidence prevented the police from pointing their fingers at this guy. Only months after the murders, police made a crucial move. Covert cameras caught Robert at his own home taking a box of A6 sneakers, size 9.5, and destroying it. And that shoe size matched the bloody footprints found all over the Lin family's home.
Damn.
And just when it looked like the investigation was stuck in a dead end, this small, desperate act opened the door to a breakthrough. In May 2010, the police executed a search warrant at the North Epping home of Robert and his wife Kathy. In the unassuming garage, on a patch of concrete, they found what looked at first like just a faint, dried stain. And this stain, called Stain 91, would become the centerpiece of the prosecution's case. Using sophisticated computer technology, prosecutors argued that this stain contained DNA from at least 4 victims. This was the breakthrough the authorities had been desperately waiting for. On May 5th, 2011, Robert Shea was quietly arrested at his home, ending nearly 2 years of painstaking investigation into the brutal killing of his own extended family.
2 years.
But if the police...
And I'm sure he had already even forgot about the whole thing, probably. Thinking he's off the hook or some shit.
Thought justice would come easy, they were wrong. Because the blood found was just a small and complex sample. There were long scientific debates, expert witnesses, and cross-examinations over whether it was reliable. The evidence sparked intense legal debate. The stain was located 300 meters from the murder scene, and experts could never establish when or how it was deposited. The defense argued the family's regular use of the garage for activities like badminton provided innocent explanations for a DNA presence. Critics point out that even if the DNA was deposited after the murders, Shea and his wife discovered the bodies. It could simply be transferred from that discovery, making it irrelevant evidence. Moreover, Xie maintained a strong alibi. His wife testified under oath that after he turned off his computer at 2 a.m., he went to bed and never left without her noticing. The prosecution struggled to disprove this timeline, and that slowed the trial down enormously. And amid all this, Robert Xie denied everything. He pleaded not guilty to all 5 murders,
Of course you're gonna
dragging the case into one of Australia's most grueling and drawn-out legal battles.
Crazy.
The first trial, scheduled for September 2013, collapsed before it began.
Why? How?
This was largely because of legal disputes over admissibility of evidence and issues around ensuring Xie could get a fair trial.
So that Stain 91 was not enough? Shit.
And during Robert Xie's
tough crowd, right? Australian justice system, tough crowd.
custody, while he was awaiting trial, one of the most extraordinary twists came not from the courtroom, but from inside the prison walls. A man known only as Witness A stepped forward, a fellow inmate who claimed Robert Xie had spoken with chilling candor behind bars. According to his testimony, Xie boasted that he had purchased the murder weapon, a hammer, from a cheap $2 store, deliberately choosing a shop he believed had only fake CCTV cameras.
Ooh.
He went even further, telling the inmate he had devised a sinister Plan B, a backup scheme to plant someone else's DNA at the scene, creating a false trail to mislead investigators.
Okay, how did they find that out?
Xie even hinted that the box the hammer once came in could still be found, hidden away if police searched carefully enough. The prosecution seized on this account, but the defense was ready to fight back. Prison informants are often controversial. They sometimes have motives like lighter sentences, money, or privileges. So the defense attacked his credibility hard, saying he had reasons to lie. Robert's lead counsel, Ran Turnbull SC, also argued that Xie, at just 170 centimeters tall and weighing only 60 kilograms, could not possibly have carried out such a sustained, frenzied killing spree alone. One man, he suggested, could not bludgeon 5 people to death in calculated silence without help.
Yo. And yes, without help, because now y'all gotta either tie everybody else up while one person, you know what I'm saying, while they busy with one person, you know what I mean, doing the act on one person, and then one by one go to, you know, the other people. So if it came out that he didn't have help doing all this, damn, yeah, it does raise eyebrows, I'm not gonna lie.
Turnbull cast doubt on the DNA results, accused police of misconduct, and hammered out the jury with a simple question. Had the prosecution really proven guilt beyond reasonable doubt? Justice would not come quickly.
Eish.
The second trial, set for 2014, collapsed when the presiding judge fell gravely ill. A third trial began in early 2015, but by December, after 11 days of deliberations, the jury could not reach a verdict. Once again, the case ended without resolution. Even more shocking, during this period, Robert Xie was granted bail, living freely in the very community haunted by his alleged crime.
Killing
and for
other
Brenda
people.
Lin, the teenager who had just lost everything, and for the public, it felt like a slap in the face to justice.
Damn.
It wasn't until June 2016, during what was now the fourth trial, that the truth would finally be decided. A new jury was brought in, and once again the same arguments echoed through the courtroom. Jealousy, resentment, the forensic evidence, and the whispered obsessions that had followed Robert Xie for years. But this time, the jury was allowed to reach a majority verdict, and on January 12, 2017, 7.5 years after the massacre, the verdict was finally read out. Robert Xie was guilty of murdering 5 members of the Lin family. Robert Xie was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences without parole. In 2021, his final appeal was dismissed. The legal chapter was closed. Justice, at least in the courts, was delivered. But justice could not erase the losses that stretched far beyond the blood-soaked walls of the Lin family home. As investigators kept digging, they uncovered something even darker, something that had been hidden behind closed doors for years. In court, the prosecution argued that Robert Xie's motive was twofold: jealousy of his brother-in-law Min Lin's financial success and reputation, and far darker, an obsessive, inappropriate fixation on his teenage niece, Brenda. Robert Xie's cruelty hadn't started with the murders. Long before that night, he had been sexually abusing the one person who should have been safest with him, his own niece, Brenda. What began as unwanted touching turned into years of horrific exploitation, carried out in silence. And when Brenda lost her entire family on July 18, 2009, she wasn't freed from him. She was stuck with him, 15 years old, grieving with nowhere else to go. She moved in with Robert and his wife, Kathy. She thought she'd find comfort and protection. Instead, the nightmare only got worse. Behind closed doors, Brenda endured repeated sexual assaults at the hands of the same man who had slaughtered her parents, her brothers, her aunt. In a rare and courageous interview, Brenda later spoke publicly about her abuse. With quiet strength, she admitted, "I was very insecure. I didn't know what I was doing. He knew that. He read it very well." Her testimony revealed something investigators and even the public had overlooked. While the courtroom focused on DNA, shoe prints, and the murder weapon, the real engine of violence ran much deeper. At the heart of it was Robert Xie's sick obsession with his niece, a twisted desire that the court would later recognize as a driving force behind the murders. Even after the final verdict, for Brenda, justice could never bring back what she had lost. Instead, she turned her devastation into something extraordinary. Out of betrayal and silence, she created voice and community. In 2021, she co-founded the Survivor Hub, a grassroots network of safe spaces devoted to victims of sexual abuse and families torn apart by homicide. From a teenager orphaned in one of Australia's darkest crimes, Brenda became a leader, an advocate, and a source of strength for other victims. 12 Survivor Hub meetup spaces now operate across New South Wales and Victoria, supporting over 1,000 survivors. And Brenda volunteers tirelessly, 30, sometimes 40 hours a week, building communities, moderating networks, leading peer groups, and ensuring no one is left alone in their suffering. Alongside this, she pursues a PhD in criminology and youth justice, shaping reforms born from her lived pain and unwavering empathy. "I wanted to create the place I wish had existed when I first needed help," Brenda once said. In those words lies both her grief and her gift, proof that even from the darkest horrors, something life-giving can emerge. The Lin family story will always be marked by violence, jealousy, and obsession, but it will also be remembered for Brenda Lin's refusal to be silenced. She is the living proof of resilience, the strength pulled from ashes, and the reminder that even in the deepest shadows, hope can survive. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.
Fat lady sings, I see the writing on the walls. I mean, back to the scene cause it was pride before the fall. And now the demons grin, there's no temptation too tall. So it's forever. Yeah, imagination that shifted realities till paradigms shift into shades you ain't never seen. Was once excited for all this, now I ain't trying to be seen. Forever. Cause Cause this mind is straight chatter, but I can barely say something. Feel like shit don't matter, so beware the fun cutting. It's volumes of demise, I hear the sound buzzing. So when she said she wanna die, and he sees she ain't bluffing, so he held her to the skies, cries, sour momentum. Passive with goodbyes, I'd rather you tell him. But now the truth is I've digressed from all the feelings, so it's forever though. But my mama's son is missing. Ain't no telling, do they love or did they kill him? The dominoes have fallen, we can't go back to beginning. This existential crisis, the reason I cannot keep competing and keep on living. So it's back against the world, seeing all your value once you dealt with all the dirt. Backing up slowly from these diamonds and pearls, quote unquote. Fat lady sings, I see the writing on the walls. Back to the sin cause it was pride before the fall, and now it's just over.